a lemon yellow. I'm going to take a green, a lovely emerald green. So any 5 to 6 colors of your choice, something that is bright and happy and fun. Do keep a blue out. Just a little bit of all the colors, not too much, we don't need too much. Orange, red, blue, green, yellow, the usual suspects, primary and secondary colors. If you have a purple, you can add that. Just a little bit of everything on your palette, 5 to 6 colors. And once you've squished them onto your palette, I would like you to add water quite generously. If you take a nice big fat brush, put about 3 drops of water into each of them. Only water, don't mix it yet. Douse it generously with lots of water. And once you've put the water, you can take a clean brush and just give it a nice stir, such that the paints are mixed well with the water. It is not lumpy. If you're using tube paints, it can be lumpy. Do wash your brush before you mix the next color. Remove all the lumps. The paint needs to be watery, but not dilute, which means the colors still need to be quite fresh and vivid. It shouldn't feel too thick. It should feel like it can flow easily. So give it a nice stir. If you need to still add a few drops of water, do that. Remove all the lumps. Wash your brush. Stir in the next color. And there we have all the colors, nice and dilute, okay? So this will be our palette for this entire class. Now, some of you have got A5 sheet, which is what I have. Some of you have got A4 sheet, and some have got A3 sheet. Fine. Now, those of us who have got A5, which is the smallest sheet, we are going to make 3 leaves or flowers on this. Auntie will show you how. Those of us who've got the A4 or the A3, you can make multiple leaves on one sheet of paper. Okay, so the thing to remember is to leave space between the leaves and the flowers so that there's enough room to cut them out. That's the only reason. Otherwise, the shape and the size of the paper doesn't really matter. All right, shall we begin? Give me a thumbs up if you're ready with the color mix. Oh yes, lots of thumbs ups. Shall we begin? Okay, great. Let's take a thin brush. A number 4, number 3 is good. Take any color of your choice. I'm taking a deep blue. Take any color of your choice. Just watch for 2 minutes and then you can jump in, okay? Now, I'm starting from one side of my paper. With one single, very bold, confident stroke, let's make a thin line, slightly curved, stretching from bottom to top. Thin, straight line, not straight, slightly bent, curved line. As thin as possible. Roll your brush, point it so that it is nice and pointed. Do not flatten your brush. Just the tip needs to touch the paper. Simple. So that is the stalk of our first leaf. Any color of your choice, doesn't matter. I'm doing a blue one, a deep blue one. Once you've done with that, load your brush, the same brush, and let's make a very typical leaf shape. Mind you, we are not using pencils to draw, we are painting directly. So really, it's quite an exercise to get over the fear of painting directly onto paper. Keep a little space between your leaves so that your scissors can pass through while we cut. Keep your lines nice and smooth, no jaggedy edges. Leave a little gap between your leaves. Typical eye-shaped leaves. And let's make them on one side. Load your brush, really dip your brush and saturate it with the paint. Once you've done one side, you can do the other side, pointing towards the front. Colors need to be deep, colors need to be vivid, not pale. They need to run smooth, so there should be enough water. Like that. So that is our first leaf done. So far, so good. Okay. Try, keep trying. Yes, lovely Asmita. Oh, there's another Asmita. Yes, Asmita, that looks fine. Yes, Rahul Batra, lovely. Very nice. Are we all done? Can we move on to the next one? No, not yet. All right. Yes, Arjun. Arjun, I think you can do one more, no? For the last one. Last one's missing a pair. Keep the colors fresh, deep, vivid. Okay, let's wash our brushes. I would like you to pick any other color. This time we're going to use a fine brush. Oops. Clean your brush nicely, take off the paint, and get ready with your next color. It's okay if you haven't finished this one, you can always come back to it. You know what needs to be done. Okay, next color. I'm taking a red, any shade of red will do. And let's see how this one is formed. This one, similar, you give it the arch like that, the same arched line in one bold stroke. Come on. Keep the colors fresh, deep, shouldn't look too pasty. fresh color, one long arch, yes. And then somewhere midway on the off that line, we're going to pull out little tentacles like that, almost like an umbrella. Careful, it doesn't get too close to the other leaf because then cutting it gets difficult. So this kind of reminds you of a dandelion agapanthus kind of a leaf, flower, like that. Keep the lines as thin as possible. Really point your brush, work hard towards pointing your brush. And some lines can be a bit wavy, can intertwine. Now, if you're done with these lines, you can pick another color. I'm going to take a blue, the same blue I used earlier. And I'm giving a little flower head at the tip of these. Tiny flower head, like that. See how simple it is to draw, to paint flowers and leaves. Very simple. The key is to keep the brush pointed. Make swift movements with your hands. Don't stretch it out. You can smudge it a little if you like. Kiara, why don't you start the second one? You can finish this first one later. Okay, start the second one because otherwise you might miss out on the image. You can finish the first one later. Yes, Devpriya, lovely. Thank you. Madhu, lovely. Yes. Is that Anushka's? Wonderful. Atrey, I can see yours. Very nice. Anahita, Arjun. Anahita, maybe you can open up the bottom a little bit more, make it more cup-shaped. Lovely, Arjun. Thank you. Rosanna, wonderful. Bursting with life. Yes, Tej. Vedika. Yes, I can see Vedika's. Lovely. Thank you. Yes, Rahul. Thank you. Lovely. All right. So, for some of us, space might be filled up. So in which case, then you can take another sheet. But if you have room on this first sheet, you can continue, or you can turn it and see if you can make space. So I'm going to turn mine. I'm going to turn mine and use this little space here. Are we ready for leaf number 3? Thin brush, different color of your choice. I'm taking a deep green. Point your brush and make it a straight line. Careful you don't smudge your hand on the wet paint. If you need to take a fresh sheet of paper, do that. Straight line this time. Okay. Okay. Then we're going to try and use two colors this time. So I'm using a green and a yellow. Just watch for the shape of this leaf. There's green, and then I'm going to drop a little yellow as well. So it's like sort of like a greenish yellow, and they kind of make pairs like this, almost like ears, like bunny ears. Do not forget to leave a little space between the leaves so that cutting becomes easier later. Try to use two colors, any two colors. If you're using a green and yellow, you can even touch a little bit of blue and see that you'll find another shade developing. They're almost like eucalyptus leaves. They get slightly smaller as they go higher, like that. So try to get variation of tone within the green and the yellow. Remember to wash your brush while changing color. Yes, please. Yes, Lina, wonderful, beautiful. Thank you, Lina. Madhu, beautiful, lovely. Yes, Lina, I can see other ones as well. Wonderful. Yes, Vedika, lovely. Sarah, tell Lynn I'll be sharing the video so she can watch it. Great. Are we all done with leaf number 3? No, not yet. Okay, I'm going to give you another minute and then we're going to move on. We've got 3 more to do. It's going to get a little bit more complicated. No, I'm kidding. Okay, if you've done even a couple of leaves of the third one, we're good to go. Yes, wonderful, Vedika. Asmita, lovely, very nice. Okay, I think we should move on. Right. So I'm going to move my sheet away and take a fresh one because my sheet is full, and let that dry. And on a fresh sheet, I'm going to keep this one a little vertical because it's going to be long. So keep your A5 sheets vertical. Those of you who are using A5, keep it vertical. And the color that we need of your choice, I'm going to work on with green again. Please observe, this is a long one and it's sort of snake-like. So let's have a look what I mean. Point your brush, thin line for the stalk, and it sort of curves like that. Sort of like a slight S-shaped stalk. Those of you who haven't finished leaf 3, it's fine. You can come back to it. If you've got a couple of leaves done on that, it's fine. Move on to the 4th one. And let's get a few leaves on this. Okay, if you've done your center stalk, from the bottom, just watch how my brush is being held. I am going to flatten my brush. You see, I'm pressing it down and I'm flattening it. And I'm going to do that consistently. So it kind of makes the pattern of a fern. Do you all know what a fern is, kiddos? Have you seen a fern plant? They got tiny, tiny leaves on both sides of a stalk. So I'm using a couple of shades of green here. Even one shade of green will do. Just press your brush gently, and as it goes higher, it gets smaller and smaller and smaller. And usually when a fern, before it unfurls, it kind of looks like a snail. So it's sort of spiral shaped before it unfurls. I love ferns, hardy plants. So just flatten your brush. All this while we were pointing it. This time we are flattening it and we're giving it the shape of the brush. Flatten, flatten, flatten. Just load your paintbrush with lots of paint and just keep moving up, up, up. Touch it. That's your fern. These leaves, keep them close. Okay, we don't need to cut in between. We'll just do one long cut around it. So you can keep it close. Keep them far from your other leaves. We need space to cut around it. So keep them all separate, separate, far. We're not making a composition yet. We'll cut it and then we'll put them together as a composition. So right now, keep them all far and separate from each other. Shouldn't touch. Arjun's finished. Wow, yeah, good job, Arjun. Very good. Lovely. Yes, Devpriya, beautiful. And you said you couldn't paint. Lena, that looks lovely as well. Yes, Vedika, beautiful, really nice. Good job. Looks like the fern's been the biggest hit. Great. Next one. Are we ready for the next one? Inaya, I saw that. Lovely. Vedika's sibling. Yes. I don't know the name. The name's not on the screen, but very good. I'm not ignoring the adults. Ashima, Rosanna, all well? Good, good. It's fab. Rosanna, lovely. Yes, Anushka, I can see yours. Wonderful. Fine. Let's go on to the next one. Next one is a fun one. We're going to use all the colors on our palette and make this one. Okay, it's similar to the eucalyptus, slightly different. Pick any color. Excuse me. Pick any color. It's a long stalk, quite straight. Sorry. If you like to bend it, you can, but straight one is also okay. Let's first make little side stalks. Give enough gap between them. Then I want you to make ball shapes on each of these stalks. Take fresh water, clean your brush before you move on to the next ball. Now in each ball, you can use a couple of colors. So keep it as colorful as possible. I know there's no plant like this, but we can be masters of our own creations here. Yeah. Keep the colors fresh, happy. Use a couple of colors within the same ball. See what happens when the color spreads one into the other. Fine, easy enough. In any order, doesn't matter. Into your wet paint, drop another color and see what happens. A contrasting color. See what happens. Wash your brush between changing colors. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think we should do one more and then we can start cutting them. Keep the colors bright, keep it fresh. Anahita, I know you've been wanting to share something. Do you want to type it out? Do you want to type in chat? Okay, Anahita, do you want to say something? I've unmuted. See if you're able to unmute yourself. No, you're not. Okay.
I can unmute now.
Oh, there we are. Yes. Do you want to say something?
Yes. My question is that this is my last sheet of paper that I got, and I filled up all the space.
Okay. So you don't have another sheet to stick on, is it?
I can use a normal big paper to stick it on, but I don't have another sheet of paper to
Draw on, to
draw
paint on.
on, to paint.
Okay. So have you finished your 5?
No, because I'm still confused in the 5th one.
Okay. Why don't you look at the image carefully and why don't you complete it? Thank you. Thank you, Anahita. And wherever you can squeeze in the 6th one, try and do it. It's a very small one. It won't need much space. Are we done with leaf 5? Thumbs up, thumbs down. Not yet. Okay. Shall we try the very last one? Let's make it good. Thin brush. Pick any space that's left on your sheet. It's going to be a small one and any color of your choice. First paint a stalk. With some long side branches. Anahita, I can't take a question now. You'll have to wait. Okay. Start the last one if you have space. If you don't have space, let it go. It doesn't matter. Just work on the other 5 and complete it. And what we're going to do is just put tiny, tiny dots at the end of each of these branches. And you can use a couple of colors to do that. So I'm using a blue and a red, just like in the dandelion. So tiny, tiny dots just at the tip of the branch that you have painted. Make sure it's not too close to the other leaves so that cutting doesn't become a problem. That's it. So we have our little floral garden ready. check, have we got all our 6 plants? Lovely, Devpriya. Those of you who are done, not putting any pressure, but those of you who are done, you can start to cut the leaves off. First, just give a very large sort of rough cut like that. I would like you to leave some white around your leaves when you cut it. So I have it held on the screen if you'd like to take a look. If you finish your 6 leaves and flowers, you can start using a pair of scissors and cutting around the leaves, leaving a little white outline of the paper, like that. Now this is going to take time, so do take your time. There's no rush to finish. You can always finish it after this session as well. The only exception I would suggest, well, there are 2 of them. The fern is difficult to sort of get your scissors in between. So you can just cut along the side of the fern. And even the dandelion is a little tricky. If you like, you can. I mean, I have done it. I have cut my dandelion with a little white edge. Looks kind of pretty. Okay, so if you have finished, you can start to cut each of these out individually, leaving a little white edge. Yes, I can see some of you have started, Vedika and Sibling, Inaya, Madhu, Rosanna, wonderful, great. I love this part, like most chefs in these cookery programs will put the cake into the oven and then voila, pull out the baked goods. So I have a similar thing. I worked on it a few days ago and I cut them and kept them ready just to save on time. Just to give you an idea on what it would look like when you put them all together. It's the same composition that we did. The very little children, if you require help in cutting, do get assistance. Adults, if you require help in cutting, use your children's help. Once you start cutting it and you've got a couple of leaves ready, see what I'm doing to the leaves. I'm giving it a little pinch and I'm closing them, okay, like that. So it sort of folds forward like a pop-up, and the center stalk is flat. And on this center stalk is where I'm going to apply my glue and stick down on a different sheet of paper. Fine. So you need to sort of pinch it forward such that the leaves stand up. And then on the center stalk, you apply the glue and you paste it down. And it can, slightly step out of the line of the paper, which is nice. It has a nice sort of abundant feel to it. Compose your garden in such a way that it looks like a bouquet, that it has a nice composition and it's not just scattered around the paper without thought. So compose it first before you stick it down. See where you'd like to place what. You can overlap some of them. But do give it a little pinch so that it stands up like butterfly wings. And even the dandelion, all you need to do is stick the center and let the thinner bits stand up if you're going to cut them all out. How is it going? Cutting is tedious, I understand. It will take time, that's okay. It's an activity that you can finish after the session. But I'm glad that most of the painting got done. So, Rahul, I can see you mouth a lot of curse words. Thanks. Get the children to help. I will share image of the final work as well as the video for this. So not to worry, you won't miss out on anything. Okay, would anybody like to unmute and show or share something? Your most favorite? Oh, yes, who is that? Who is done?
Yes, I made them.
I'm not able to figure out who. Do you want to put your hand up?
Prisha.
Prisha, Prisha. Come, Prisha. Can I see? Where are you, Prisha? I'm not able to
Here.
find you. Yes, there you are. Hold on. Oh, yes. Oh, good job with the cutting. Well done. Look at that. Can I see your dandelion? Now, come on. That is smart. Very good, Prisha. Well done. That's not an easy one to cut. Anybody else who wants to share? Arjun, wonderful. Oh, yeah, you got quite a few cut. Leena, you as well. Gosh, you guys are master cutters. Why don't you now slowly make it into slight butterfly mode, slightly fold the leaves and start pasting them on a smaller sheet of paper. So those of you who worked with the A4, A3, work on a smaller sheet and compose it such that it looks nice and full, like a bouquet, like a garden. So once it's stuck, it looks like this. Like a nice pop-up card you can present to someone. And I think your hand is up. Do you want to say something? No? Okay. Sumer has raised his hand. Yes, Sumer. You physically raised your hands. Right. Wonderful, Prisha. I can see the last one. Lovely.
Hi, can I show mine?
Yes. Please make me proud.
Terrible. It's not done fully.
All right. We shall have to work on it post-class.
Can I come and talk about it with you?
No. Thank you, Sumer.
Please.
All right. Okay. Anybody else who wants to say something about the session? Any particular parts that you enjoyed? How maybe Auntie can improve? Sorry, who was that? I didn't hear.
Siddhant, I enjoyed
Siddhant said you enjoy the class. Thank you so much, Siddhant. Have you started to stick? Yes, I can see you started to stick. Wonderful. Siddhant and Vedika. Anyone else?
Class.
You'll have to first tell me your name.
My name is Anuja.
Yes, Anuja. Your screen is off. Oh, there you are. You enjoyed it too?
Yeah.
Great. Thank you. Are you done with the activity? Okay, those of you who are done and okay, if you'd like to leave because there's nothing beyond this, I'd like
Meera,
to.
you want to? You'll be sending. We'll be sending everybody a YouTube link.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
I'll send a link by another 1 hour's time. Also, the image. Look at this girl in Naya. Please applaud her. This is fantastic.
Oh.
How brilliant is that? Beautiful, Naya. Thank you.
Oh, wow.
Also, we had one request. If everybody could put up their work on the group.
Class was very fun.
Thank you. Yes, if you can all take a nice picture of your completed artworks and put it up on the WhatsApp group. We will keep the group active until tomorrow evening. And
Yes.
then we'll send all the pictures to Protsahan. It'll be wonderful for them to see.
Yes, they would. Yeah, it'll be nice. We'll keep
Yeah.
the group on just till tomorrow. Please send in your
Please
finished
do
work.
not feel shy about it. Please just send
Yeah.
it. It'll be wonderful to make a collage and send it to Protsahan.
Thank you for making
Great.
artists out of non-artists,
Come
Meera. No, it was wonderful.
Neha, you were holding up yours.
Yeah. Wow.
Wonderful, Neha. Well done. I can't wait to see your.
It's blurred, Neha.
How do I do it? Okay, okay.
Perhaps you have a background set.
Yeah, something like that. Let me just.
So before anybody leaves, I just wanted to say something.
Going well?
Say something, Meera?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, so everybody, before your leave, thank you so much for being here with us. And I hope you enjoyed the session. I'm sure you did. We enjoyed it. I also managed to paint.
Yay.
Which I really do. So thank you so much. We'll be putting information about our upcoming workshop.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes, Devpriya has organized another 3 sessions.
Yes.
One is a cookery session next weekend.
The chef, it's a one-pot meal and a chocolate
and
mousse.
who is here, in fact, today, right?
Yes, she's here. Yes.
Wonderful.
She's I mean, I don't have any words to express how talented she is. So it'll be a fun session. Hi, Appu. We spotlighted Appu. So she's with us next week for her one-pot meal and a chocolate mousse. Please do come. Please spread the word, everybody. If you are, especially if you have enjoyed this workshop, and it's all for a good cause. So thank you so much. We'll put up the details on the WhatsApp.
Vedika, that's wonderful. I saw that. Auntie spotlighted. Thank you.
Yeah, Vedika is really, and all the kids are so good. Yeah.
Please also say adults are good. Otherwise, I get curse messages from them.
Adults as well.
Adults, look at that one. Look
Adults are
Look
special.
at that.
This classic designer friend of mine.
I was the Entu Patani, you know, on the WhatsApp group. Oh yay!
So much.
Thank God for Rahul who stepped in.
I managed to do some
Light chalu kar dona. And you do your work. It's
The
okay.
painting was better
Meera.
than the cutting. The cutting is pathetic. The painting is not bad. See, it's not bad.
You also do that.
Yeah.
I
Great.
was always scared of drawing. I'm so glad it's just with the paints you can kind of just
Yes,
do it.
you can do
Yeah,
anything.
so much fun. I mean, you know, the whole part of using the pencil is out of the window. It's so much fun.
Yes. I just hate pencil.
So everybody, I'll put up Meera's details also. Meera will put your class details. So if anybody, because a lot of people wanted to join your classes and go asking about
Sure.
it.
Yes, Anahita, you have your hand raised. You want to show
I
Auntie?
want to show my cuttings.
Yes, do. Look at that. Wow, beautiful.
Thank you.
Good Lord, you have a lot of patience. Good job, girl. Good job.
My God, that's really neat, Anahita. Amazing.
Thank you.
Okay, guys, I'm going to say goodbye and